Hey friends, hey! Happy Monday. It is Monday, December the 20th, and I'm super excited. Oh, am I live now? Oh, I think I'm live. I thought I was live and now I'm not sure. Hi everybody, happy Monday. Hey friends, hey! I am super excited because last week on Thursday, I bought a workshop from Frazer Brookes. It was called the 2022 Game Plan. And I had to work on Thursday, but it came with the replay. And this weekend, I spent 4 hours with Frazer Brookes preparing for the 2022 year, right? So he does this thing every year, this workshop. It's called this year was called the 2022 Game Plan. I did the 2021 Game Plan too. And I just love the way that he lays it out, like helps you plan your year. So if you're in it to win it in 2022, let me know in the comments below. If you are tuning in live, say hi. If you're tuning in on the replay, let me know that you caught this video today, because this is going to be the beginning of a series. And I'm probably going to actually do this as much as I can this week, because I don't want to take this into the new year. I want to get you as much of this information prior to the new year as I can, okay? So what I'm going to do is I took copious notes during the workshop, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a series of videos and share with you as much as I can about the 2022 Game Plan workshop to help you utilize the same things that Frazer does to prepare for his year that I'm doing to prepare for my year, to help you prepare for your year, okay? So there are 7 parts to the workshop. The first part was the 2021 audit. To know what you want to do in 2022, you have to know what you did in 2021. Setting your goals for 2022, social media strategies, time management, accountability, 90-day plan, and gratitude. Okay, so those are the 7 sections that we're going to talk about. Today, I am going to start with the 2021 audit, and I'm going to tell you exactly what you should be tracking, right? What you should be looking at and creating an outline of what happened in my last year, because you can't go forward if you don't know where you've been, right? We keep talking about this journey. You can't go unless you have a plan, but you also need to know where you came from. So the things that you should, if you want to grab a notebook, you're going to probably want to take some notes, but this is live in the group, and you can always go back and catch the replay to take notes afterwards if you're not able to take notes now. All right? So the first thing I want you to do is, these are the things that I want you to write down. Number 1, what were your biggest wins of 2021? What were the most amazing things that happened to you? Write those down. Who was it that came into your life that made a difference for you? Professionally, personally, what was your biggest goal that you met? What was the best thing that happened to you? What were all of the amazingness? Put down as many things as you can possibly think of. What were all your wins of 2021? The next thing is, what were your biggest obstacles? What were the biggest challenges that you had in 2021, right? Like, what made it hard for you? What held you back? What were the bad things that happened? I broke both my arms. That was a pretty big thing for me in 2021, right? October 30th, I fell and broke both my arms. That was one of my biggest challenges of this year. What were your biggest challenges? Remember, there are things that you can control, and there are things that you can't control. When you look at the challenges that you had in 2022, you need to outline each one and go, how am I going to control this? Is it something I can control, or is it something I can't control, right? If it's out of your control, there's nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do is react to it. If it is something that's in your control, I want you to think about that thing, whatever that thing is, and decide, how will I prevent this from happening in 2022? If you don't have a plan, when it happens again, it's going to become an obstacle again. But if you see that you had the obstacle in 2021 and you decide how you are going to address that issue when it comes up again, the next time it won't be an obstacle. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments below if that makes sense to you. What is the plan to prevent the bad thing that happened in 2021 to prevent it from becoming an obstacle again in 2022? Now, the next thing was, what was your biggest blessing? Not blessing, not lesson, but a blessing that became a lesson to you. So Frazer calls that a blessing. What was your biggest blessing? What was the thing that you learned the most from? Something that happened that ended up being a lesson that you were able to look back on and say, I'm really grateful that that happened to me because I was able to learn from it and move forward. Those are the first three: wins, obstacles, and what was your biggest blessing of the year. The fourth thing I want you to write down for 2021 was, what was your word of the year? Now, it may have been a word of the year that you outlined at the beginning of the year and said, this is going to be my word. But in hindsight, you may pick a different word for last year. You might look back at last year and go, well, the word I picked in the beginning of the year really didn't apply. This word is more appropriate to single word identify my year. What was that word for you? If you could sum up 2021 in one word, what was your word of 2021? Okay? So those are the first things I want you to think about. Wins, obstacles, blessings that were a lesson, and your word of the year. Okay? Now I want you to look at the details, right? The numbers don't lie. Let's look at the details of what we have done. First thing I want you to document is, how much income did you make in 2021? Now, you can figure this out by going into, if you're with My Daily Choice, you can go into My Daily Choice, into the back office, go under my account, go under earnings, and you can take a calculator or Excel and add that up and figure out exactly how much did you make in 2021. Then I want you to go and look at all of your social media following. How many people are in your network? Now that includes Facebook followers, TikTok followers, Instagram followers, Facebook friends, YouTube followers. Who are all the people in your circle? How much influence do you have by the number of people you're connected to on social media? How many customers do you have? How many active customers and how many active distributors or affiliates do you have in your organization? Now, you can also figure this out using the tools in the back office. You can use your dashboard, or you can download your enroller tree and figure it out that way. I just pulled the numbers off the dashboard because it was easier than figuring out who's active and who's not active. How many auto ships do you have set up? That's another number that you can pull from your back office. How many active customers, how many active distributors, and how many active auto ships do you have set up? With your customer to distributor ratio, you want to have about 1 affiliate to every 10 customers. So if you have 10 customers, you should also have an affiliate at this point on the average, right? Average person gets 1 affiliate for every 10 customers that they have, because people love the products. No, yeah, sure, I'll take a website for free. I could do that. So make sure that you document not only how many customers you have, how many affiliates you have, but what's that ratio look like? If you only have 5 customers and 3 affiliates, you need to really focus on building your customer base, right? Because great customers become great referral sources, become great affiliates. You need to get people to love the products first, right? So if you are heavy in the customers and you don't have as many affiliates, then you want to look at the fact that you need to be talking to those customers about whether this opportunity might be good for them. You need to be focusing on building your team and creating more duplication in your organization. All right. Now, Now there's another thing that's kind of like the numbers, right? But then we also want to think about how many things do we have in our life that are good things? And how many things do we have in our life that are bad things, right? First thing I want you to write down is people that made you feel bad for one reason or another in 2021. Who are those people? You don't have to dig into what they did or why they did it or what's going to happen next. Who brought you down, right? You have to protect your energy first and foremost. Your energy is your lifeblood. The people that made you feel bad, you don't need them in your life. And maybe you can't get rid of them. But then let's, on the flip side, let's talk about the people that made you feel good. The people that lifted you up, the people that poured into you, the people that brought you joy, the people that feed your energy. Maybe some of the negative people, you can't necessarily get rid of them. You have to keep them because they could be related, or they're your family, or you have to keep them in your life for one reason or another. So how do you prevent that negative drain? It's by surrounding yourself with positive people, right? You need to have more good than bad energy in your life. For every one person or thing in your life that makes you feel bad, sad, drains you of energy, is negative, you need to have 5 positive things to offset that. You want your energy ratio to be more positive than negative, right? This is going to affect your mindset for the entire year. I actually took my phone and I reorganized all of the apps on my phone. I currently can't find anything. But what I did was I decided that I wanted to create a different mindset for myself every day. My habit over the last year is when I wake up in the morning, I look at my phone first and I read the news. Have you read the news lately? It's not joyful. It's not happy. It's not positive. There's pretty much nothing positive in the news. And I realized that that was affecting my whole day. So I reorganized my phone and I created a new wallpaper, lock screen and wallpaper. And then I reorganized all of my apps so that the only icons I have on the front page are things that I can look at first thing in the morning. I have 3 good news only apps on the front page of my phone. So I can get up in the morning. I have affirmations, motivation, mantra, all positives. And then so those 3, and then I have 3 good news apps. That's the only thing I can look at in the morning. That's going to protect my positive energy for the rest of the day because I'm fueling my body with goodness first thing in the morning. Now, I did keep my news apps and my social media, but I moved them onto the second screen. Now, and I reorganized everything too, because here's the thing. Do you know exactly where your apps are? I knew exactly where my apps are, but it didn't make any sense where they were, right? There was no sense of organization. I just knew if I wanted to download a TikTok, I had to go to the first screen, I had to go to the content folder, I had to swipe left twice, and there was the link, right? Which is silly. It needed to be more towards the front because I use it all the time. So I reorganized so that it's more efficient and effective. So I still have my content folder, but now the top 3 apps that I use every day are on the top. I have all of my hair apps are right here in one row. All of my social media apps are in folders organized in one row. And then I have like my utilities, my maps, things like that. And then down here on the second screen, this is my first screen. On the second screen, I do have regular news. This is the bad news. But I put it on the second screen. I do still want to stay tuned in with what's happening in my universe, good or bad, right? I still want to be plugged in, but I'm focusing on putting all of the positive in first, making sure that I flood my body with positive energy before I let any negative news come into my world. And I'm limiting how much time I spend looking at that negative news. Okay? Is this sound good? If you are catching me on the replay, let me know if you like this plan. So this is the 2021 audit section of this workshop. So this was all about wins, obstacles, blessings, your word of 2021, documenting your income, your social media following. I missed one. Investments. How much have you invested in yourself in 2021? Did you buy books? Did you buy trainings? Did you invest in workshops? Did you go to a live event? The investment you make in yourself will be directly related to your success. Sorry, I missed that one. Active customers, active distributors, active auto ships, and then positives and negatives. Who are the positive people in your life? Who are the negative people in your life? What are the good things in your life? What are the positive things in your life? And what are the negative things in your life? And you need to identify these ratios of good to bad and documenting your numbers so that you know exactly what happened in 2021 so that you can look at those numbers and go, this is what I want for 2022. Based on what I had in 2021, this is my goal for 2022. All right? The next session, and I may do it later today, or I may do it tomorrow. I'm trying to figure out my own time management, where it's going to fit, is talking about goal setting for 2022. Do this homework today. Today, do this. It doesn't take long. It takes you maybe 15 minutes to pull it all together. Make these lists today so that when you do the goal setting section next, you'll know exactly what you need to do and you'll know exactly where you're coming from so that you can focus on the future and know exactly where you want to go. Have a great day, friends. I'll catch you on the next live. Bye.